Welcome back everyone to Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Thank you for joining me, the Cajun Kajit, where I do my best to find secrets and earn trophies in all of our favorite games. Please remember to like and subscribe if you do like the content. We are going to be picking up right where we left off in the last video, starting out with Arts and Crafts Daycare, found in the Backstage file. This minigame is pretty simple. We just have to follow the directions given to us by the computer. Here we have the glue. If you eat it, you will earn a trophy and also find a hidden coin underneath the glue can. This trophy is called You Are What You Eat.
Now you just sit right there and don't move. I'll go fetch whatever materials you need, okay? Use that rubber dart gun to tell me what art supplies you need from the Fun craft shelves. Just point and pick. It'll be so much fun. Try it now. Select that brush. Oh, good job, good job. Now that you have a brush.
As you can see, we use the dart gun to get the materials that are required for each picture. Having a paintbrush is essential, so I just went ahead and got that one first. And from there, we'll have to choose the picture that we find on the computer screen. We have to choose that with the dart gun, which I'll do here in just a second, so that we have access to actually start painting it. And then, pretty simple, you just follow the picture and paint it the way it's painted on the computer screen. For different colors, you just add the numbers up, or if you know what mixing colors would normally produce, you can do it that way as well, but it's probably easier just to go ahead and add the numbers to get the color that's indicated on the computer screen. Also, see there, I accidentally touched the wrong portion of the painting. You can just go right over it. There's nothing special that you have to do to change it to another color.
All artistic works completed within the feature cycle property of Faz Entertainment. Ready for your next project? Time to make paper pals.
For this second portion, it's a little bit tougher. You're making a paper character, and you'll have to use the dart gun to get the pieces that are shown on the computer screen. Use the dart gun to get those. Just be careful, because on the right side I accidentally hit a green, it looks like a green ball that turns the lights out, so try not to hit those. So you just find the pieces, get them thrown over to you with the dart gun, and then add them to the paper character. Pulling on the rope changes what is available to be used on the paper character. So if you cannot find what you're looking for, pull on the rope that is from our perspective to the right of Sun, and that will change up what is available to be chosen.
Oh, avant-garde. Visionary. Hurt your eyes if you work in the dark.
This one is pretty much exactly like the last one. You'll have to use the dart gun to get the pieces required to create the paper character. However, in addition, you also have to paint certain parts of it. So that does take a little bit longer and can be a little bit panic-inducing. There is a small timer right next to the computer screen, But for the most part, you have plenty of time to get all of the pieces on and paint them all, as long as you don't make too many mistakes. So don't panic, just stay calm and get your work done. See there, I forgot the button is green as well. That's not really too much of a big deal, especially in this first iteration of this minigame. But later on, you'll want to try to, once you have everything up and you're painting, you do want to try to get them all in one go so that you can conserve time. In this case, it's not a big deal, but for later versions of this minigame, it could be a problem. So try not to make the same mistake that I did. Back at the gotcha machine, we get our next prize, which is Sun. And I'll go ahead and pull him up on stage for you to see. Next up, we have Salon, Glam, Makeover, also found in the backstage file. This minigame is pretty much exactly like the Salon staff makeover, except you're only working on Roxy. Now, Roxy can get quite ornery if you don't look at her, if you spend too much time looking at the computer screen or choosing her accessories. She will yell at you and demand that you look at her, and you do want to stop, take a second, and look at her. If you make her angry enough, it will be an immediate jump scare, game over. So pay attention to her.
Eyes front. What's so important over there? I am the star!
Also, keep in mind that if you give her all green paint on her face, that will help to get you closer to the trophy that you can get. Concerning all three of these makeover mini games, it's not easy is the name of the trophy. So even if you do get a game over because you painted her entire face green and she was upset about it, that's okay, because there is also a trophy for getting jump scared. Liability risk is the trophy that you earn for the very first time of getting jump scared. So it's at some point it will happen naturally through your playthrough if it hasn't already. But if it happens here, it's no big deal at all. It's just an extra trophy for you.
I am the star! What are you looking at? Still not feeling it.
What are you looking at? Pay attention to me. Look at me. What are you looking at?
As you can tell, these minigames, they do tend to get harder and harder. You start off with the easiest. The second time around is a little harder, and then the third time around you pretty much have to paint every part of her face and put an accessory on every area that's available. And you'll get more of those glitches on the computer. So just try to stay calm. Remember to keep looking at her when possible, which can get annoying. She wants you to look at her constantly, but yet make her presentable. But for the most part, this is not super difficult. You may get a game over, no problem. Just try again. I know I got several game overs myself, so nothing to worry about there.
Energy. Always smile. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
And with that, we get to collect our next prize, which, of course, is a Roxy figure. And as we head up to the stage, we see a gift. We'll open this up and be introduced to a new collectible and a video.
Past, calling out from beyond time and space, Faz Force Freddy summons his intergalactic bandmates, the champions of Faz. Faz Force, convene. Mecha Pirate Foxy, ready to rock. Chipset Chica.
These Faz Force collectibles,
Bionic Bonnie.
you pretty much earn them naturally throughout the course of the game as you complete so many mini games. Occasionally you'll come back to the Pizzaplex and you'll have a prize up on the stage that you need to open, and it'll be one of these collectible dolls, which we're going to put on a stand to our left. Our next mini game is cold storage inside of the staff only file. Here we're going to have to thaw and repair Freddy and get him ready to deliver our birthday cake.
Hello? Is someone there? My ocular fluids have
This mini game starts out pretty easy. All your tools are in front of you. There is a switch on this, looks like a hairdryer, to go from thawing to cooling. So you'll want to heat up areas that are iced over and swap out parts that don't work. So here, we're thawing the battery, remove the dead one, just get rid of it, and grab the fresh one out of the case in front of us. And here we've switched to cooling to keep the battery from overheating. It's really pretty simple. There's only one part that I personally found a little difficult. I'll let you know when we get there. Remember, when taking out his eyes, to do them in the correct order. Wait for this light to blink before pressing it. In this section, this is the part that I found difficult, mostly just because of the aim to actually cool the coils that are heating up and turning red. It may take a little bit of playing around with aiming before you can get it to actually cool those coils. The ones on the right and the bottom are pretty easy. It's the one on the left that gave me trouble. And now we have our cake. We're going to take that cake out And as
Course
we
you like
lift
it,
up the
Toad.
correct cake, you can see a coin is hidden underneath.
Good
Do not
job.
forget to pick that up.
You are my superstar.
Of course, our gotcha prize is going to be a Glam Freddy, who will pull up on the stage. Next, inside of the staff-only file, we're going to do First Aid Pig Patch. There are several first aid mini games. This is the first, and so obviously the easiest one, where we diagnose Helpy and try to cure him of whatever is ailing him, which there are a multitude of things. We can earn a
Welcome to
trophy
First Aid.
later on throughout the course
This
of
training
these
session
first aid mini
simulates
games,
actual emergency
where
situations you will
once you have
encounter on a
performed
day-to-day basis.
every action
The
on Helpy
state-of-the-art
that's
Faz
possible,
First Aid
once you've
Station
cured
comes
every
equipped
single
with the
ailment that's
finest
available,
life-saving
you
tools.
will get a trophy
Your
called
goal is
Health
simple.
and Safety.
Save the patient, avoid lawsuits, and give the patient a candy. Fazbear Entertainment believes in the sink or swim training method. Medical attention begins in 3, 2, 1. The patient is suffering from ball pit accident.
As you
Avoid
can see,
undue
we'll take
patient
the
stress.
scanner and we'll scan
According to
over
comment
Helpy's
cards,
body
patient outbursts
to see
bother
what
pizza place
is
guests.
wrong with him. And then on the computer screen to the right, you'll have instructions on what you should do in order to cure him or fix the problem. And as you can see in just a minute, I'll show you that you can actually spin him around on this table to get to the other side. I think I had an issue with this. Obviously, it took me a minute to realize both hands needed to be treated.
The operation was a success.
And here,
Yay.
you'll give him a
Now,
candy
give the
once you
patient
cure him,
candy.
but make
This
sure
candy
when
is
it's
legally
time,
binding.
when they tell you give the patient a candy, eat it yourself so you can earn a trophy called Candy from a Baby.
Next
Putting the mask on
scenario.
him will stop him
The patient
from
is
screaming,
suffering from
so
general
that the
neglect.
animatronics don't come to
Great
get you.
news.
If you have
Due to
noticed,
today's successful
directly in front of us
salvage, the
between the
entertainment
television
value of the
screens,
pizza place
the
has
window opened.
increased.
This is where animatronics can appear, or to the left or the right out of the vents.
The operation was a success. Yay! Now, give the patient a candy. This candy is legally. Next scenario. The patient is suffering from roughhousing trauma. To calm a patient, apply the relaxation mask until the outburst is under control. Be advised, prolonged cries may also attract the attention
Just as a
of
note,
free-roaming
also when you have
characters.
time, while you're in here, since there's a bowl full of never-ending candy, when you have a couple of seconds, eat a few pieces of those candies, because that will help to earn your another trophy called All You Can Eat. And the requirements for that trophy is eating 200 pieces of food. There is a tactic to get to that 200 a bit faster later on in a separate minigame. But every time you have access to food, eat it so that we can get closer to that grand total of 200. And that candy bowl's never ending, so you don't have to worry about making Helpy upset if you don't have any candy left after the operation is over.
The operation was a success. Yay! Now, give the patient a candy. This patient Patient stabilized. Yay!
Back at the gotcha machine, we collect our next prize. And of course it's Pig Patch. Next step in the staff-only file, we'll do First Aid, Lefty. This one is basically identical to the last First Aid game that we did, except this time the animatronic that's stalking us is Lefty. Lefty is a bit more sensitive to noises.
Welcome
He
back.
appears quicker and
patient is
easier
pressing
than
ready.
Pig Patch,
Medical
but
attention
otherwise
begins in 3,
it's almost exactly
2,
the same.
1. The patient is suffering from a slide-related injury.
Again, we're just scanning him
Great
to see what's
news.
wrong.
Due to today's successful
Just as a
salvage,
note,
Pizza Place
here,
entertainment value has considerably
when
increased.
we
Be
are
warned, liability
taking
risk
care of
has
his
also
arm,
increased.
you'll see we put an armband on and then you have to take the stapler and staple the wound. Only staple it once. I made the mistake thinking because the computer screen showed 3 staples that I had to staple him 3 times, and he does not like that. Once is enough.
The operation was a success. Yay! Now, give the next scenario. The patient is suffering
For these
from
particular ailments that he has where you have to use a vial of fluid, or if you have to give medication from a bottle, or even using the spray bottles, be sure to check the color of the bottle. Don't bother reading the label because each one does a different, it takes a different action based on the color. So just to make it a little bit easier, just look at the color of the bottle that you need. Also, when you have to spray the blue bottle on his eyes, make sure to turn that table so that you can get each eye directly, because if you spray one eye and it clears up and you don't move the table to spray the other eye, it will continually spray the eye that is already taken care of, and he will get upset and you'll have to use the mask to quiet him. So just make use of that movable table. This iteration has ads that appear on the TV. Be sure to grab the remote and turn off the ad, and then look around to try to locate where Lefty is, because once the room is quiet and you're actually looking at him, he will leave the room.
The operation was a success. Yay! Now, give the patient stabilized. Yay!
Now that we've completed that task, we can collect our next prize, which of course is Lefty, and we'll go ahead and pull him up on stage now. This concludes our video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And remember, Khajiit always has wares.